Welcome to the latest Ticker TV interview. I'm Donald Leggatt, and I'm joined today by Ignacio Mehech, CEO at CleanTech Lithium, the AIM-listed direct lithium extraction specialist developing a portfolio of sustainable green lithium projects in Chile. CTL has just been awarded a Special Lithium Operating Contract, a SEOL, for the flagship Laguna Verde project in the Chilean Andes. The SEOL is a contractual agreement between state and company covering all areas of a project development from exploration through production to project closure even. In Chile, only Rio Tinto, Albemarle and SQM have government authorisation to extract lithium, and Ignacio joins us from Chile to explain what the announcement means for CleanTech. Welcome, Ignacio.
Thank you, Donald. It's a pleasure to be here with you today.
It's a pleasure to have you. Now let me jump straight in. It's taken a change of government, a change of strategy and a heck of a lot of effort from the team. But CleanTech has finally been awarded a SEOL for Laguna Verde. Give me your reaction, Ignacio.
We are absolutely delighted, Donald. It's taken so long, a few attempts, a couple of governments, few years. Our shareholders have been very patient with us, but finally we can say we have been awarded the SEOL, and exciting times are lying ahead for us, for CleanTech and everyone, in light of the development of this, our flagship project, Laguna Verde.
So let me ask a question in two parts. How significant is it for CleanTech Lithium to have been granted a SEOL license? And what does it mean for the Laguna Verde flagship project?
Well, it's an absolutely transformational moment. Because first of all, you need this contract authorization to be able to extract and produce lithium in Chile. And as you mentioned in your introduction, only a few companies are allowed until today in Chile. So being one of the first companies to get this authorization is transformational. And then what it means for us is we can kickstart the development of the project, release our pre-feasibility study, start looking for a strategic partner, and start working for the DFS and final investment decision to get this project up and running.
So it's the starting gun for Laguna Verde, essentially.
Yes, it's the start of a new era for Laguna Verde, the era where we'll get to development, hopefully.
How close is that Laguna Verde pre-feasibility study to being published? I've been hearing about it for a while, but when will it be published, and what comes after that?
The pre-feasibility study is done, is finalized, and we'll be releasing it in a couple of weeks. So there you will see all the details of CapEx, OpEx, NPV of the project, and then with that we can start really kickstart the search for a strategic partner.
Okay, so essentially the PFS outlines the economics of the project, and my assumption would be that those economics are highly positive for Laguna Verde, and it opens the way to have those discussions with a strategic partner. Now let's focus on the strategic partner. What do you hope that they bring with them? Is it simply money, or is it expertise, or a combination of the two? What do you expect from them?
Look, at the moment, we are very open in terms of who the strategic partner can be or will be. But ideally, we want someone coming at the project level to support the development of the project up to production. So not necessarily someone with expertise in lithium, because we believe we can cover that, but a company that can support both in equity and debt the development of this project and get it to production.
Okay. Would you expect them to be an offtake agreement? Would that help? I'm just thinking around the edges. Debt and equity, people understand about that, but what else might they bring?
That's a possibility, of course. It will really depend, because, and we'll talk about this, we are about to really start the process with Cutfield Freeman. But it will depend on the interest of the parties and the preferred deal structure. At the moment, we're keeping our options open to find the best deal for our shareholders and for the real development of this project.
Yes, as you say, Cutfield Freeman have been appointed to develop a financing pathway, which is a lovely phrase. what do they bring to the party? What do Cutfield bring, and how do they help you actually work through that whole process?
Well, Catfield is a very experienced firm. They have done deals all across the world, including Chile. They have experience in lithium. So what they bring, first of all, is their expertise in structuring deals such as the one that we're looking for. And second, they bring a breadth of experience and all the contacts into the table. So what we expect is now with the SEOL, when we have the PFS out and details are public, we can really kickstart that project. Look for all the companies that have approached us all over these years and other companies that might be interested in partnering with us, and get the best deal for our shareholders.
Okay, let's broaden the discussion out for a moment, Ignacio. Why don't you tell me about the impact which CTL have made in Chile since they started exploration and development there some years ago? It's not for me to say, but from what I've been hearing over the years, CTL have become significant players in that time, haven't they?
Yes. Our auditors may not know this, our viewers, but Chile has been very close to investment in lithium for ages. Actually, the newest project to come into production was SQM already 30 years ago. And CTL has been the company that has spent a lot of money, investment into developing the Laguna Verde project. We have invested in exploration. We have built a pilot plant in Chile to extract and process the brines from Laguna Verde. And we have been from the beginning liaising with not only authorities, but also universities. We have agreement with local universities and with the indigenous communities in the area of influence of our project. And since the beginning, we have been very close to them. We have already agreed on some or closed some agreements, long-term agreements with them to support their development. So I think our impact has been huge, not only in the local community, but also in the broader lithium industry aspect as the most active players in the country trying to develop the project. And that's why I've always said, and I continue to believe, that Laguna Verde has the real chance to be the next project in operation after 30 years.
And they sound like, CTL sounds like a breath of fresh air, because you're bringing new technology and new experience into an old industry, which is, in the modern world, it doesn't quite stack up so well, brine and so on. Whereas you guys are completely green. So I would imagine that was one of the reasons that attracted you to clean tech in the first place.
Yes, the CleanTech story is very attractive. And so to me, and I've always said this too, I joined the company because I firmly believe we can be the next in production. To me, it would be a dream. Imagine after 30 years of no new entrants bringing in a new project into production with, as you say, new technologies that allow us to not only recover more lithium from the brine, but also to do it in a more sustainable way, re-injecting some or all of that brine back into the aquifer to maintain the levels, developing local communities, supporting the indigenous communities there. So it's very attractive, and that's exactly what attracted me or brought me to this company.
Well said, Ignacio. That was lovely to hear. Chile is the world's second largest lithium producer. It has the largest economically extractable lithium reserves in the world. It remains vital for EV and battery storage production. So where does that position CleanTech in the wider lithium market?
Chile is a world-class jurisdiction. You might have heard from Chile in the copper industry. Chile is the largest copper producer in the world, but as you correctly say, is also the second largest lithium producer. We have a rule of law. We have a great infrastructure. Our project is actually 1 or 2 kilometers away from an international highway that goes to Argentina. We are close to the ocean. We have skilled labor. Chile is fantastic. And so bringing or developing a project in Chile is a great opportunity. There are not many. And as I said already a few times already, we can be the next. So that I think, and Chile also is very open to the world, and it has free trade agreements with not only the European Union, but also the US, China, and other countries. So we are in the perfect place to develop a new lithium project, also considering the geopolitical situation that we have today.
Okay, and a more macro question for you, Ignacio, which kind of fits the more international outlook that you've been touching on there. Lithium prices rebounded a bit, and the demand for lithium is absolutely clear. What kind of demand do you expect for the green lithium which you produce? A more specific question for you.
Well, lithium is fundamental for the energy transition, not only for EVs, to transform our transportation, but also for battery storage, energy storage that enables 24 hours of renewable energies into the grid. And that is absolutely key, as I said, to the energy transition. So I foresee a lot of interest in our production. And also you have to bear in mind that there has not been a lot of investment into the development of new lithium projects in prime jurisdictions. So our product will be very attractive, not only because of its quality, because of where it's produced, but also because it will be scarce in the future. Lithium demand is very strong, and our project is very close to production as per any other project in this country. So I think it will be very sought after.
Okay, my final question to you, Ignacio. What can investors expect to see in the next few months and indeed the next year?
This is the beginning of a very exciting year. We have already announced the CEOL. We are about to release our pre-feasibility study. And then the rest of the year, we want to start doing environmental studies, and we'll be actively looking for strategic partners. So our shareholders and all the investors that intend to invest in our company should be out waiting for great news to come.
Ignacio Mehech, CEO at CleanTech Lithium. Thanks for the update all the way from Chile. Congratulations on the CEOL. It opens so many doors for the CTL, and thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you, Donald.